It's decorating date night, season 4, episode 13. It is the grand goodbye or the final tour of 7140 Poole Jones Road. I'm Dina Carroll. Troy's behind the phone or the video.
Hello.
And we're going to go through. This house is now being passed off into someone else's hands as of tomorrow, Lord willing. And so we're going to go through some of the projects that we've done over the 25 plus years in this home. Now, the last episode we watched, were the garage doors. Ta-da! They look great. Garage doors with the heirloom paint. Wonderful. Iron ore, I think is the color that we chose. And it really came out great, so I highly recommend that. Highly recommend that. All right, let's go on in, and we will show you. So this, I don't think this is open, but this is part of the addition. This great door, this iron door, shipped from California. It was one of a kind. I fell in love with it. And actually, they had to redo the size of the opening because the door, they had already kind of figured that out. And I was like, oh no, but I found a better door. That's okay. That's how it rolls in here. Okay, speaking of doors, these other doors came from the same place in California. These were custom made mahogany with the iron inserts, and I love them. And of course the privacy glass. So come on in. Looks a bit different now with nothing in it, right? So center hall colonial, beautiful swooping staircase. The only thing that we really did here was obviously paint, replace the chandelier. Hardwoods were only a little bit on the first floor. We replaced them and kind of went throughout. So I'm going to bring you into the formal living room. And you'll notice that the rolling bookcase was an addition, or is an addition. The painted ceiling, custom drapes, all Italian silk, rolling ladder, one of my favorite things, always wanted that, and so I was glad to at least do it in this house. Ceiling, my girlfriend, two friends actually helped me with that, two artists, Trisha and Jessica. So into the family room, formal family room, Tyler's making a cameo. And again, one of my favorite things to do is unique things. So this mural is from a local artist, no longer local, she moved to Carolinas, but Trisha is her name, she does great work. And it's supposed to be an Italian countryside with a nod to Frederick with the spires in the upper corner. One thing, we replaced all the light fixtures. This was one of my favorite light fixtures. Came from Day and Night Light Store. Now they're over on, right off of Buckystown Pike, kind of where the Chuck E. Cheese is, over that way. One of my favorite light fixtures. I love this light fixture. I just think it's elegant. So as far as the fireplace is concerned, a lot was going on here. It was a wood-burning fireplace, it still is. We added an insert. Funny story, we're all excited about it because we love fire. So I have a fire pit outside, I want to do fire inside. It just so happened it was my daughter's birthday. I don't remember what year it was, but she wanted to do the whole, Japanese steakhouse thing where they cook in front of you and they do fire, and it's a lot of fun. Well, my son had a meltdown. The fire was too much. And ever since then, no fire. So we got the brand new insert and never, ever used it. But good for the new owners to have a brand new fireplace that they can use, and it's all great. The fireplace surround, it was all brick. The two bookcases were here, but it felt like it was disconnected. So one way to connect the entire wall was to add the custom surrounds that then coordinate with the bookcases. So very talented carpenter in town, Pete. He is at Foursquare, I think now is the name of his company. It was Lighthouse Craftsman, but now it's Foursquare. Anyway, in downtown Frederick on the corner of East and Market. He did the surround. I ordered the laser, I don't even know what that's called, insert from a company in California. They shipped it. We stained it to match. And then the brick peeks through because Troy really wanted to keep the brick. And I was like, you know what? I've got a good compromise. One of the things when you're designing a house, I do interior design on the side, is you want to make sure each space flows into the next space and there's a cohesiveness. And so the fireplace hearth actually is the same granite as our kitchen island. It is a pictured leather, a leathered granite with a rock edge. This edge is a rock edge just to give it a little bit more of a rustic feel because it's a fireplace. And just those little details and touches make all the difference in the world when you're designing a house. Custom drapery, the iron rod was again custom, had that designed. So everything is kind of symmetrical. And it goes all the way around. There was this little insert you can do, it's like a little desk area, is from a part of the kitchen that we blew out. There was an upper and a lower, and we kind of made a lower, hung it on the wall. This is the same granite, but a different lot as that. So it actually looks different. It's interesting, but it's just as beautiful. On to the kitchen, ginormous kitchen. Love the size of this kitchen. We had a 60-inch by 60-inch square with 2 leaves, so it expanded to 100 and something inches, and there was plenty of room. So love a big kitchen. Again, light fixtures, love my light fixtures. I'm gonna miss my fans. I'm working on getting all new fans though for the other place. Ta-da! So here's the kitchen island I was telling you about, and copper sink, that was all added. The other thing is the leathered granite is one of my favorite things. I will say you do need to keep it polished, otherwise it doesn't look as pretty. And there's a great Italian craftsman polish. I'm just going to point it out just because it's good for you to know. The Italian craftsman polish. This is the only thing you should use on a leathered granite to keep it looking pristine. You can get it off of Amazon. And this is a fantasy leather granite. This is pictured leather in case you're interested in different color choices. Backsplash, believe it or not, is from Home Depot. So there you go. You don't necessarily have to spend a fortune, but I love the continuous look of that. Oops, I just turned my dishwasher on. Sub-zero refridge. That's pretty much it. Basically the one thing that we did in here was change the countertops several times. We've had several different granites over the years. Part of my blessing and curse is when you're a designer, you love to try different products out. And when the leathered granites became a thing, I thought, you know what? Let's try that. So we got rid of the regular granite and went with the leathered granite, just because. Into the dining room, the formal dining room. Fun things to do on the ceiling. You don't have to necessarily be a carpenter, because I did this myself. I had a miter box, and I measured, and even though I'm not great at math, I was able to figure out how much to do and cut the corners. And anyway, you can just make your ceilings look more interesting that way. And hardwoods throughout.
Want to talk about the paint, or no?
Oh, well, the paint, actually, I don't even know if you can get the paint anymore. It's a sand paint. It used to be, it was like, it's a river rock. And what was the name of Ralph Lauren did it. And it's in this room, it's in my son's bedroom, and it's actually also in the basement. And I love the alfresco look, so you can have that without spending a fortune. It's just in the paint, the sand. The only thing is you have to keep stirring the paint, and you have to put it on with a brush. So you don't do a roller, you do a brush, and it's this kind of motion. You're just constantly crisscrossing, because then it gives you that look of an alfresco, kind of an Italian villa, which is the whole vibe of this house. So
Should we do the outside first, and then we might not swing back? No?
No, I would do the whole inside.
Okay.
First, yeah. So the floors are an Italian travertine, literally from Italy. We found it in New Jersey, and the guy came and put that all in. This custom marble top came from a dear friend of mine, had a kitchen and cabinet store, Frederick Kitchen and Bath, and so that's where this came from. And this was the same color as the kitchen cabinets, and I just wanted something a little bit different, and I did a gel stain on it. It was mocha, I believe, was the name of the color. And that's about it in the bathroom. All right, on to the mudroom, one of my favorite projects ever. So this mudroom was a solid wall. We had a built-in. We moved the built-in into the garage. Now it's at the other house. But I really wanted to have a closet off, in the mudroom. So was able to find these mirrors at a local antique store, and I turned them into doors. Found some really heavy-duty bypass hardware. And my carpenter / friend did all this work and also built this surround.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, as my son likes to call him. Super deep Kohler sink. Again, one of my favorite things is to have a really, really deep sink. And this is very helpful when you're painting and doing all that kind of stuff. Washer and dryer, built-in ironing board. Does anybody iron anymore? I do. Shelf that is on a piano hinge. That was one of my husband's things, so that if you ever need to get to the plumbing, you don't have to take the whole entire shelf off. You just lift it up. And that's it. And then on to the addition. This is what was the old garage. And we turned it into, this is obviously living space / efficiency. And my aunt had a series of strokes and she needed some help, so she came and lived with us for a short season. And this is where she would hang out. TV, all that kind of stuff was here. And this, by the way, is bamboo. And these are the garage, which, they're just spectacular. I love all this.
Everything's soft close.
Everything is soft close. Yep, doors are soft close, which is so nice. Hello. So living space / dining space efficiency, and then a bedroom. And this in-law suite is wonderful in the sense that all the doors are oversized, so it's handicap friendly. It's not ADA compliant or anything like that, but it just, if you were to be in a wheelchair or had a walker, you had all that extra space. There are 36-inch door frames as opposed to like a 32, which is your standard, or a 28 actually in a bedroom is more standard. So the fact that we went with 36 gives you ample space to do. Hardwoods everywhere. So into the bathroom, it's a barrier-free bathroom. And again, if somebody's in a wheelchair or needs some assistance, everything is accessible. You just kind of roll in, walker, whatever. And the tile goes literally on the floor all the way to the ceiling, so that if there's splashes going on, we've got 2 shower heads. You don't have to worry about, oh no, water's getting all over the walls. No, everything's tiled. So that was just my way of being like, you know what, I'm the one that has to clean everything. Let me just make it way easier. So that's what we did. This, I can't remember the name of this material, my brain. In any event, this is also on the sink, and it all kind of rolls in. This is a piece, actually, it's a hot plate that is my grandmother's. And I wanted to honor her, and so we put it in this bathroom. I won't touch the faucet because I just cleaned everything, but it is a touch faucet. Great vanity. Again, I love lights. All of our fixtures, I spent extra time searching, making sure that everything kind of went together and coordinated, and it really, it's so pretty. It's just, I don't know. I'm all about that. I just think that's really pretty. Nice all closet for extra storage, extra parts. So on to the loft. Do you want to hit that light, please? So this also is part of the addition. We went up in addition to just going out. This back staircase is an oversized staircase, making it really easy to bring stuff up and down, in and out, for moving, all that kind of stuff. All those things we kind of considered when we were doing the remodel. Custom built-ins everywhere. We have a lot of books, and so all of that went in here. And everything coordinates, so the same material that's in the bookcases, we wanted it to truly look custom and built in, and it does. And so there's panels above, panels below. We've got this built-in seat with the soft closed drawers. So.
And the desk, I guess.
Yeah, and so this is a console. We turned it into a desk. It's from Restoration Hardware. I'm sure you probably heard of that store. And that was kind of where we had our computer set up. Huh, there it is.
Yeah, let's see what that's on. This one will turn on.
All right, so this room was going to be storage, and it just came out so pretty that we didn't want to cover it up with doors and just leave it as storage. So it kind of became an anything room. It could be a little nursery because there's a second primary bedroom over there that we'll show you. We'll go into that room and kind of show you that. So this is a full bath that was added. This is the old attic space. Everything fit just so. Again, light fixtures. I'm all about like, ooh, those are fun.
You're not gonna upstairs laundry?
Oh, sure. Second floor laundry. Which you can't really see without the lights on, but there we go. But second floor laundry in addition to the first floor laundry makes it really nice. Well, hello there, sir. Good job singing. So this was our daughter's bedroom, and she was very excited when the addition happened because then she got a ginormous bedroom with a walk-in closet and her own bathroom. She was very excited. So this was all part of the addition. And again, not wasting any space. So this bathroom and this closet, all attic space, completely unused in the original house. I was like, oh, what can we do? So we did the walk-in closet and the bath, and everything kind of flowed together. Great storage for a teenager. She was quite happy with all this. On to continuing into the main part of the house, you can kind of see the flow of everything. This bedroom served as my son's bedroom. And this is the paint I was telling you about downstairs, the Ralph Lauren, and it is the sand textured paint. And again, you put it on with that sweeping motion, keep stirring and stirring and stirring, otherwise the sand all sinks to the bottom. And then on to the study. This was my pretty room. It's also served as my office. This is actually a shelf, and I wanted something unique as a topper. And so the shelf is actually upside down. If it were truly a shelf, it would be upside, so the bigger part, and then it would tier up smaller. But I turned it upside down and turned it into a topper, just because.
And hanging that was brutal.
And so my mother-in-law and I tried to hang it without success. Oh, I see, you put it into a different set of wood. That made sense. Smart thinking here.
Had to be creative.
Yeah, no, it looks great. No, good
Had
idea.
to be creative to figure out how to get that up there.
That was very smart. Interesting. This was my closet. Turned it into an office. This can be converted obviously back to a closet, but for now it is an office. But it's, it's great storage too, if you wanted to use it as this kind of a closet also. So, yeah, Dina. Yeah. So the initial primary bedroom, well, this is just another full bath that serves the other, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Bedrooms up here. Push these floors too. The only thing noteworthy in here was we changed the tile floor. We swapped out the countertop. They had all Formica because back in the 90s, that's what they used. That's when this house was built. So we swapped out the top. I actually wanted the above mount sink. I thought it was kind of cool. Shell is this color, which is no longer made. So once I knew it was going out of style or going out of, you just couldn't get it anymore, I ordered a bunch of toilet seats. You can't get them. So the new owners will have 2 spare toilet seats in addition to that one, which is in fairly good condition as well. So they won't have to worry about running out of toilet seats or not being able to get them. On to the primary. Nice big open space. This color on the walls was an oops paint that I found. So I got a deal on it, but I didn't quite love the color. So I spoke to the gentleman at the store and I said, hey, I'm looking for something that's a little bit more, you know, a little bit more brown as opposed to more of a pink. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. So they added some whatever color. And so the name of this color is Dina's bedroom. Gas fireplace. This was white, and it was like really white, and it just looked obnoxious. So I took actually the hallway color paint, which is called Squirrel's Tail, and I just did a wash of color on the fireplace mantle, the surround, just to soften it up and bring a little warmth to the space. This master primary bedroom has seen many different makeovers. This is the final makeover. It started with black and white checker tile and a tub that went straight out this way, stuck into the walkway, and it was very awkwardly spaced. The shower was actually here to here, so it was a smaller shower. And so what we did was we moved the wall, because, I mean, how much room do you need in a toilet area? Not that much. So we did that, moved the wall. This was inside the original shower that had tile, but the tile wasn't exactly put in properly. So when it fell off the wall, I was able to save something so that we could mount it there as a wall hanging. So in any event, copper is the name of the game here. And this copper shower is something I absolutely love. Fell in love with the idea with a glass tile floor that is floor rated. And the tile, I mean, the copper is really easy to clean. You just basically use, whatchamacallit, Windex to wash it down. 2-person tub, Acre is the brand, highly recommend. It's just so nice to soak in the tub and have the jets going, and yes, beautiful. Wall shelf, found that, not even sure where, but it literally makes the space, so it's staying. I'm kind of leaving it as a gift for the new people that'll be in this house. Walk-in closets with the, whatever you call those, the closet thingies.
Organizers?
Yeah, closet organizers, that's it. And these are original to the house, and let me tell you, the way they made stuff back then, great, solid. Solid, solid, solid. So the only thing really original in this primary bathroom is the mirror. This mirror has been here since day one. It's the only thing that is original. The cabinets are original, but they're painted. So this is the only thing that's in the original form too. But these cabinets were that brown reddish brown from downstairs that was everywhere, and so I just did a paint on them. These copper vessel sinks, I did a 3/4 sink down as opposed to having it all go down or whatever. Anyway, my choice, I just wanted to do it that way. And that's pretty much it for this room. And I guess, oh, basement. Where are we going now? Let me just shut these lights off so we're not wasting energy. We'll go down to the basement. Pretty view from up here, right? Chandelier, front doors. Great flow to this house. Center hall colonial, and it just keeps going. But it's all about the flow. It keeps going, but each space has its own individual personality, but then it also connects to the rest of the house. So on to the basement. The floor is the luxurious, vinyl plank or whatever that everyone uses in a basement. Great for sliding stuff around. You don't have to worry about stuff scratching. So what I did, I always like to, in a basement where the ceilings are a little bit shorter, although these ceilings are quite tall, I like to bring the wall color up onto the ceiling. And so this wall color, the tannish color, I remember the name of it, is then up onto the ceiling, and it continues then all through the ceiling into the other entertainment space.
And this basement's blessed with a lot of natural light, which is not always the case.
Yeah, which is really. This is another bedroom or office, depending on how you want to use it, with its own bathroom. Full bathroom, has a shower, sink, toilet, all that jazz. Oops, sorry. It's a good size. These are tops, a dining top for a pool table, which is staying behind. So the custom pool table, Robbie's Billiard. I don't know where they're in business anymore, but they do. I mean, it's so pretty. Such a pretty pool table. Love my copper. So the idea behind this bar was really natural, organic, and I wanted it to make it look like there was a tree growing out of the wall. We happened to take a trip to California and went to the redwood forest, and I was like, wow, those are some massive trees. They're very cool, and it inspired me. And I thought, I wonder if I could get something from the redwood forest and ship it here and turn it into a bar. So I began my search, and lo and behold, George Buck was his name, and he owned a little piece of the redwood forest where he would sell parts of the trees that had fallen down and then turn them into different things. So he shipped this, we cut it, and then Pete, another one of my carpenter friends, actually turned it into a bar for us and hung this piece obviously was here, does that make sense? And we hung it as a topper. And then I had another friend who does ironwork, Pete Markey, do this, so it looks like there's a branch also coming out of the ground for extra support. Actually, it doesn't need it, but I was a little bit nervous. Pete was like, no, it's in there, it's not going anywhere. And I thought, oh, let me just be sure. So now it's definitely not going anywhere. Copper back as well, lighting, it all just kind of works.
And then the copper tree thing that just was the perfect finishing touch.
Yeah, I found that. I don't even know where I found that. eBay maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, it all just kind of worked. And then on to the exercise room. This circuit is staying, so the new owners are blessed with all of our exercise equipment, which means I guess I have to join a gym now. And they're even getting the sauna too. Infrared sauna, medical grade. It's excellent. Highly recommend them. They're very good for you. Yeah, it's nice and clean.
Hit the light.
Sure. Let's see here. There we go. one-person sauna, but it is a bit oversized. I still feel a little claustrophobic, though. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm in it, I'm always like, okay, just breathe.
Particularly when our son sits in it with us.
Yeah, that's real fun. I'm like, okay, what is happening now? He likes to get nice and cozy. And so,
And
oh, that's just a closet.
yeah, right. Finishing the tour, carried the floor over into the closet.
Alrighty.
Pool cue rack.
Yep. Found that at Greenfront Furniture in Virginia.
And we were looking for months and months
Yeah.
and months and couldn't find something that was the right size, the right vibe, the right look, right colors. And
Yeah.
that was kind of hidden behind other stuff in the store. And we're, oh my gosh, we had to go get somebody to tell us so we could see the whole thing and measure it and then also get the price.
It
And
was
we,
a fortune. It was
and
probably.
we almost didn't buy it because of the price. And we're
That's
like,
not like me. I'm always wanting a deal. This is probably one of the most expensive things in our house. It just,
and
but it's okay.
it was after months and months of
Yeah,
looking.
it
It's like,
was
okay,
probably
we've got to be done.
Yeah. So anyway, but it is a showstopper. So there is a walk up. You saw us. It's where we started, and that was all part of the addition. Alrighty. So on to the backyard, I guess.
Yep. You unlock it.
So the deck was an addition. There was a deck here, but it was a rectangle, and it kind of went from here and here, and then there were stairs that went down. So we blew all that out and decided to make it a two-tier deck, entertaining space, with the timber tack, which is like a truss material. And then you step down, again, wide staircase so that, have you ever been to somebody's house where you have to take turns going up and down? It's a staircase, oversized staircase.
Yeah, the signal's a little weak, but we're.
Okay.
If I stay closer to the house, I think we'll be okay.
So we had a built-in fireplace.
So it might have cut out. Dino's talking about the advantages of a double wide or even triple wide staircase, so when you're hosting, people can get up and down easily. In case that didn't translate.
So fire pit area, sit wall. The stone on this fire pit and the seating wall matches the stone that's on the front of the house. Again, it's that whole concept of coordinating things, having things kind of flow together. And then, of course, a fenced-in yard, which was very helpful when we had our dog, Angel, who's no longer with us.
You can see mountains in the background.
Yeah,
The neighbors take beautiful care of their yards, and so the view off the back patio and porch area is just absolutely stunning.
lots of squirrels and bunnies.
And underneath that octagon part of the deck is a storage area, so it doubles as a shed.
Yep.
And you can't even tell there's a shed there because it's incorporated into the design and flow of the deck.
So if you pan up, those shutters are probably the most close to the natural color of what they mahogany.
Used for shipping.
Right. Gosh, I can never remember
yeah.
the name of it. But
If you're
whatever
into
that
the
is.
kind of wood that they make boats out of,
Yep, that's what that
then
is.
you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But I
Those-
can't.
Those were all custom made.
It's not mahogany. It's
No, mahogany's on the inside. Whatever it is. So, and that concludes the tour.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for indulging us. This was probably more for us, more than so.
Yeah,
for
the
you.
only thing we probably didn't do is we didn't see the inside of the garage,
Okay. Well, I don't know that we need
right?
that.
So that's the only kind of thing left. So you can see the color of the steps here, and they've got a lot of texture so that you're And
fall.
so that mutes the color, but we want basically the same color on the floor in the garage to try to tie that together. You want to go hit the button? I'm not sure if I'll keep the signal if I walk over there. Well, you can't keep a garage pristine.
I would have mopped it, but I ran out of time. So I apologize for that.
Anyway, there's a closet back there behind that wall. Storage cabinet up high. There's another access to the garage back there. Nice big windows so you get natural light in your garage. The garage is fully insulated, and these are high R-factor garage doors as well to help keep the cars from... this garage, even in the coldest part of winter, never gets below like 58 degrees.
Yep, it's great.
And in the summer when it's 107 out, it never gets above 80 degrees in this garage. So that's one of the benefits of insulating. And there's the loft up above, and it helps make that more efficient by doing that. So anything else you want to? Did you talk about the mailbox?
No. So the mailbox again coordinates with the front of the house with all the stone, and so that all kind of goes.
I'll try to get it from over here because the signal gets sketchy when I get out of the house. But we should be able to hear you, I think, because you've got the wireless mic.
So yeah, the stone kind of mimics or is exactly as stone. All the landscaping was done professionally. What is the name of the landscaper? Oh, he's
Deer Valley.
No, well, Deer Valley did some of it up front.
Oh.
It was the guy in downtown, Old
Town.
Town landscaping.
Deer Valley did all the hardscape stonework in the back and the front, some of the landscaping as well.
Yeah, I can totally tell you, hook you up with people, contractors. I've tried so many different ones.
And if you look closely, I don't know how to zoom, but if you look closely, there's like 2 strips of whitish that are built into the stone mailbox, and those are actually pieces of granite that are the same color of granite that was used in the house, so it ties the inside with the outside.
Yep, that was our old granite that we swapped out.
And one of your favorite trees that has the fancy little bark on the
birch
bottom,
tree.
the birch tree.
I love the birch tree.
Oh, and we'll end with a shot of your other favorite tree. That pine in the back. We forgot to highlight that. Sitting out back, it's something that would be commented on every time we sat out there. Be like, ooh, I just love that tree. So I'll get a shot of that, and then maybe we'll end with that. Apple tree in full force this year. Tons and tons of apples on that tree. Anyway, this particular, it's hard for me to see with the glare if I'm showing you the tree or not, but there's a really exotic kind of looking pine. I'm not sure what that's called, but Dina just loves the look of that tree, and hopefully you can see it because I'm getting all sorts of glare on my screen. And there's a peach tree over there that has given us thousands of peaches over the years. All right, so I guess that's it now. Tyler, you want to be in the shot? Yeah. Here at the end?
He's thinking he can get his cell phone.
I'm going to flip this around a little bit.
Do that for us.
What do you think, Booba?
Yeah.
This concludes our stay at 7140 Poole Jones Road. We're on to...
Disheveled.
It's all right. We're on to making new memories, a lot of new projects. Decorating date night is definitely going to be continuing, so stay tuned and bye for now.
Bye.
Oh.